Hello everybody, Roger from Skateboard Canada, and thanks for joining me. Another great episode coming at you. We've got a special guest lined up, but before we introduce him, we're going to talk once again about some of the new cool things that are coming in and out of the skate shops in your local community. Always new stuff in the skateboard world. Where do we start? Maybe some bearing talk. What can we say? Old reliable Swiss bones. When I started in the 80s, I remember these were still hot bearings, Swiss bones. They're still hot bearings. To me, they're the best. I just got my first set about a couple years ago. Go get yourself a set, treat yourself. To me, those are the best bearings in the game. But I'm just jaded. Independent, they put out some good ones. Go down to your local shop, check out the indie bearings. What's cool about indie bearings is they come with like the spacers and stuff, right? That's super sick. Get the speed rings. If you're a spacers guy, go grab some indie bearings. And the bearings, of course, top notch. Indie stuff always good. Let's talk about the world of wheels. Girl wheels. Big 56s. Boom. Those are badass ones, eh? What's cool is they come with a little stencil. Look at that. You can do your tagging. Represent. Put that on your grip tape. Super cool. Chocolate wheels. 55s. You think chocolate only makes 50s? 51s? They make the big wheels. Some more big wheels. Look at these 56s from girls. Or, pardon me, chocolate. Girl, chocolate, chocolate girl. Lots of urethane there from the girl and chocolate family. One more really cool one, TJ Rogers. Represent the Canadians. Awesome. 103A Bones wheels. Street Tech formula. That is some hard urethane. I think it's the hardest you're going to find out there. 103s. What's the mug of the day? Theories of Atlantis. Super cool. New York City guys. I gotta love Theories of Atlantis. Some dollar bills. Some little secret stuff there from those guys. Weird, weird. The world of stickers. We gotta love these ones. Oh man, we got some classics today. This one just came in. Come on. The Mona Louis. Yes. That one, like that right there. Come on. Speechless. Super cool. Film trucks, awesome. Jeremy Docklin, check out his new trucks. Hyped on those, really cool film trucks. Habitat, yeah, pretty cool. Always cool stuff. Gotta love Habitat. A little more Darkroom, we're always giving love to Darkroom. Super cool. Don Pendleton. What up, what up? This one's a couple years old, but super cool. Spitfire, Andrew Reynolds. All you sticker freaks out there, go get those. And Saskatooners. Gotta love that. Thanks very much. Bruce Tucker and the gang sent us some really cool stickers. Totally rad. Awesome. Canadian product. Canadian content. Now, before we get to our guest, I still got to talk about a couple of things. I'm going here, folks. I'm going. Badges. Look at that. Spitfire. You a lifetime member? Represent. Sew that on your jean jacket. Darkroom. Look at that sucker, eh? Whoops. Upside down. Yeah. War Pigs. Pretty sick. Thrasher, the classics. So sick, eh? Never gets old. Foundation. That one's, yeah, pretty cool. Hard to find. And Cuts and Bows. Thanks, Craig. Always got to support Craig. Helps us out in many ways. And if you're the champ, you get that one. That's for the champs. All right, pretty cool. Little quick moment for the Look Back Library, guys. This one's really cool. Coming out of Ohio, Cleveland, Mike Chinner. It's all about parkade skating. Really cool little zine he put out. Got that a couple years ago. Thanks, Mike Chinner. Mid-90s, Alan Peterson, cover Thrasher. Super sick. Look at that, eh? So sick. Again, Look Back Library. Kevin, thanks very much. San Diego, California. Skate John, super sick. Are we doing this? Yeah, we're going to do this. Check it out. Ninja. So sick. Liam Glass photo. That's at the 403, Calgary. Liam Glass got his first cover, SBC magazine. Adam Hopkins. That's going to be in the skate shops right away this week. Slap. How sick is that? Peter Hewitt. This is why you hang on to those old mags, folks. Again, talk to Look Back Library. Kevin, need some info about that. Oh, here's just one more. Look at that one. Everyone's got that one, eh? Remember that one, everybody? Jason Jesse Pro Spotlight. Yeah, Vancouver on the cover there. So ill. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost done. Just got to show some decks. Go get this one. Moses. That's pretty sick. Red Dragons. Him and Sluggo each got a board they put out. Really sick, the Red Dragons. That's in lots of skate shops across Canada. Super cool. Lance Mountain. Legend in the game. Flipboard. That one just came out. Pretty hot. Sick seal graphic. Yeah, pretty cool. Damn cool. What can I say? What can we say? A couple more here. Alex Chalmers on the Pylon program. Super funny. Rad graphic. Good wood. Preston, Canada. Yeah, pretty funny. That one's super good. Chalmers, Beyond Legend. No real category for him. He's, you know, up there with guys like these guys. Caballero. So sick. This one just came out too. Thanks very much. People at Powell Peralta. Awesome. Chalmers, Caballero. Big names in the game. So, all right, that's super cool. Products, go get them at your local skate shops. Got to support your local skate shops. And if you don't got one, make one. You can do it, folks. If you're a kid, just, you know what I mean, throw in some hundreds, get with your buddies, start your skate shop. But yeah, support your local skate shops. That's what we're all about. Okay, so special guest all the way from Ontario. This is really cool. An old friend of mine. We did some time together on the road and as sponsored amateurs and professionals. He was probably pro. I was the am, but then, you know, I got to turn pro. Super cool. Chris Foley, what's up? How are you? Joining us.
Oh, come on.
Wow. We got you. Chris Foley, what's up? How are you, my friend, old friend?
I'm good, Roger.
Oh,
How are
that's
you?
good. That's good. That's good. I'm good, man. Really, thanks for joining me. It's really cool. I'm glad I got you on as a guest. You were a little reluctant. I had to talk you into it, but you're more than worthy. That's all I'm going to say. It's super rad. You did your time in the trenches, and I'm glad to have you as a
Roger.
guest. Thanks very much for coming on. Where do we start, Chris? You're done your pro career, but tell me about it. What got you into skating, and when did you start skating, Chris?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure from what my uncle told me is I started when I was 4. He had a board and he gave it to me to play on, and I was pretty into it. But then I got run over by a car when I was 5, so that kind of set things back. But again, when I was 10, Christmas of '85, I got a board, which I wanted badly after watching the Thrashing movie. And then after I got that board, I never put a board down. I was always on it. So that's it.
You got on a similar time that I did, Chris. And when was your first exposure to like a skateboard magazine and like a real skate video? When did you see that there was an outside world to it, outside of your local community and your local crew?
Well, the first the first magazine I think I saw was one with Mullen on the cover, the one in the sunset where he's doing, I think, some sort of freestyle move where he's up on kind of on the trucks. It's standing up. I don't know. It's like a silhouette kind of shot, I think, of him. It was at a Transworld, and I saw it at my cousin's house. And I think it's that one. And I don't remember the year. It was like still in the 80s. But I was like into skateboarding, but I hadn't seen any mags really. So, and I never saw a video until, I think 89, maybe. Yeah. I think it was like, I don't know, Public Domain, I think I saw. Somebody had a copy of it, and I got to see Public Domain, and I was like, wow, this is cool. So I barely even knew how to ollie at that point. So it was all new.
By the time I met you, Chris, you were a skilled skater. I mean, you were rocking it. I always remember you had one of the best switch 360 flips back when we were skating together in the early 2000s, among other rad moves you're doing. You're skating all terrain and everything, but did you go through the traditional shop sponsor, and then you kind of thought, well, like, maybe the action's out west, I got to tap into that a little bit. Tell me a little bit about the evolution of Chris becoming a pro skateboarder.
Well, I used to go to a park. There was 2 parks in the city. One was called Rip City, and the other one was called Sports Field. And Sports Field was a motorcycle shop, and also recreational vehicles like trailers, boats. I don't know, it was all kinds of stuff. But the owner, his son skated, so they had a huge skate park. Actually, I think the vert ramp and the spine ramp were designed by Tony Hawk, which was pretty cool. And Tony did a couple demos there, as well as Danny Way, which was really cool. But I used to skate at Sports Field pretty much every Saturday and Sunday. And just one day, Keith, the owner's son, he told me his dad wanted to talk to me. So I went in, and I can't remember his dad's name. I think it was Rick or something. But Rick was just like, we were thinking maybe putting together a small team, and how would you feel about being part of our team? And I thought, oh, that's amazing. Like, so cool. Like, yeah, sure. What do I do? Nothing. Just keep skating, and we'll give you some stickers and a board here and there, and you get to skate for free. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it. It's amazing. And that's what started. And then I skated for them maybe for a year or 2, and then they closed because, parks were closing. Skateboarding was kind of not really that popular. So we went skated the streets, and didn't have anything happening for a while. And then I got hooked up by a skate shop in just outside of Detroit, in a place called Birmingham, Michigan. It was a skate shop called Pogo Skate Shop. And Lena and Anthony Ferris, the kids that owned it, they were super rad. And it was like a word of mouth thing. Like, somebody had told them about me, and then I went to the shop with my buddy Derek, and they were just like so hyped on me. They'd never seen anything by me, but I guess like people were telling them that whatever they were telling them about me, and they were just like super hyped that I came into the shop, and they were like, do you have a sponsor? And I said, no. And then, do you want to ride for us? And I said, sure. Like, I don't know anything about you guys, but you seem really cool. And I hung out with them for a bit. And then after hanging out with them for like a month, like going in the shop a bunch, like I was like totally into it. And yeah, they were really cool to me. Always flowing me like tons of product. Like, I really didn't have to do anything. It was great. I just skated for them, wore all their shirts, slapped stickers on, just kept, promoting them as a shop. And yeah, it was great. Yeah, they actually got me my first photo. It wasn't in like a skate mag or anything. It was just in a local like city kind of magazine, but it was cool because it was just fun. We went out skating all day, and I got like a little front blunt slide, and I still have it. It's cool. I got it. It's all like yellow now. It's rad. From like 95.
So Chris,
and then I don't know. I just kept going from there.
When it didn't happen overnight, but all of a sudden Chris Foley is dropping big time hammers, and you're skating at a level that's on par with some of the big name professionals in the game. Tell us about being in the 411 opener.
Oh yeah, that's a crazy story. I'll try to make it short because I tend to just ramble. I was at West Beach. I was skating for West Beach. I was living in Vancouver at this point. And I went into the shop. Some kids were in there telling me about a rail that they cut the kink off of, like part of the kink, so that I could do it, which I thought was really weird because they didn't even know me. Like, I didn't know these kids, but they thought that it was a rail that I would like to do because I've been skating a lot of rails while I was in Van. And so I thought, okay, this is weird, but I had Brian Cassie with me, and Brian's like, I don't know, do you want to go check it out? And So we went, checked it out, and I just said, bring your camera just in case, because, maybe I'll try it. And so I rolled up to it a few times, and then I just said, set up your camera and we'll do it. And so I was hucking myself on this, this massive rail, and at one point Brian said, we got to stop and go get film because I don't have enough film to get a sequence. This is before digital. And I said, don't worry about it. If I do it, I'll come back and I'll do it again. And he was like, okay. And so I ended up doing it, and I did it. I was wearing a yellow West Beach shirt. And so we got the trick. I was super hyped. We left. And then 2 days later, it was a really sunny day. And I said, Brian, he was at Concrete Powder. And I called him up and I said, Brian, it's really nice out. Let's go back and do the trick again. And he was like, cool. And then this time we went, and we brought Haslam and Adam Cassidy. And while I was trying it, so we were getting a couple of different video angles. And while I was trying it, out of nowhere, John Baker and Ted DeGrow jump out of the bushes, on the roll up. And they're just like, hey, we heard that you were doing this rail. And I'm like, what the hell? And so they're like, yeah, we want to see it. So they went and just they were my cheering section down at the bottom. And I ended up getting it again the second time. And this time I had video footage of it. And then that ended up, Brian surprised me by sending it into 411. And then it came out, and I was just shocked. So that was it. It was just a weird, random thing. I don't know.
Now, my question, Chris, skater to skater, is what goes through your head before you're about to chomp on a rail that size? I mean, really, it takes a certain mentality to say, I got this. And what really goes through a skater's head before he's going to chomp on a rail that gnarly?
Oh, actually, yeah, I didn't even realize it's in the background. Behind you. It was actually not anything I was thinking about that was really gnarly. That was the first day. That's funny. That was day one. Rick McCrank once said, and I'm probably going to get the quote wrong, but Rick said handrails are easy. You just have to be confident to get on the rail. It's doing it isn't that hard. It's just, hi kiddo, do you want to give me a hug? Okay, sorry, hold on. Come here, give me a hug. Dude, I would you come doing an interview right now. Sorry, if you want to come give me a hug, I'll give you a hug. Come on. Okay, then you gotta go get your PJs on. Sorry.
Dad life.
I don't know. Yeah, dad life. Rick just said something along those lines. Handrails aren't that hard. It's just if you can get on the rail, then the rest is easy. And so I always had that mentality at the time where I know how to get onto a handrail. Getting on is no problem. So I'll always get to the bottom. And that was it. I just always kept that in my mind. You can skate a flat bar, you can skate a handrail. And that's kind of what my mentality was. So I didn't really think about it. The only thing I was thinking about there was the kink. Can I get through the kink at the bottom? That was it.
What's the story with the haircut, Chris? The mohawk. Mohawk.
Yeah, the mohawk. I don't know. It was when I first moved out here, I still had a bunch of shaggy hair, and I think I cut it short, and then it was growing back out. And I was hanging out at this tattoo shop that a friend of mine was tattooing at, and the girl at the cash and the reception, Sasha, she was this total punk chick, tattoos, and she was rad. And we were hanging out a lot, and then I just thought, I'm gonna do something different. And I was like, I'm here, I'm doing this, this is gonna be it, because I'm gonna do something different. And it was kind of when I shaved my mohawk, I kind of got into a mindset where I was just I don't care, I'm just gonna go for it. give it everything I got. So the Mohawk was kind of like that. It was like that part of that. I don't know.
Taxi driver.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it just the Travis Bickle look. Yeah, I got that a lot. So,
You wore it
but
well.
yeah, it was just something different. You know, I did something that I hadn't done before, and it was kind of like when I moved out to Vancouver. I was just doing something I didn't care. I just wanted to skate, and I just wanted to do everything that I always wanted to try to do. And because Vancouver had so much to do skateboarding wise, that I was just like, I'm going for it. And the hair was part of it, I think. I can remember.
No,
Better
Chris,
than that hairstyle.
let's roll through your photos. You sent a couple of great photos over, Chris. Talk us through these if you don't mind.
That's that. I don't know the year of that, but it's a T Mag, so you know it's 80s GNS trucks, um, rails. You know, the preppy hair. I
So
don't know. It
sick.
was probably like late 80s, 88, 89. It's hanging out on the back porch. I don't know. My mom probably took that photo.
How long had you been skating by now? A year or two?
36 years.
Yeah, yeah. When
36 years.
when this
Yeah.
photo when this
Oh,
photo
this.
yeah,
Yeah, this photo. I was skating. Yeah, about 3 years, maybe 3, 4 years.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay. Oh yeah, next
that's
level. Here we go.
92. Yeah, that was in 92. That was in Wheeler's driveway. So you remember Wheeler.
Chris Wheeler, yeah, the
Yeah.
legendary filmer of Relic
That's
days.
that's Chris Wheeler's driveway. His parents still have that house. And the guy in the background, his name's Mike Westuba, and he had a mini ramp in his backyard. And we would go to Mike's house after school every day in high school and skate like till dark. And then we'd skate Wheeler's driveway. We had, you know, the little kicker ramp and the little shitty box, and there was like a
Blasting.
little curb high flat bar. Yeah, we had a curb high flat bar, and then the schoolyard across the street, we had picnic tables that we'd skate to. So
Sick
it was a
photo.
good setup. We would always skate out there. And that was 92.
Dang.
That's my first photo in a real mag, like not a real mag, but like a heavy mag. That was a Transworld photo.
Wow.
In 98. It was in a Toronto, I think it was a Toronto article, and Harry Gills shot that. And it was after a contest. I did some board zone contest, and I was stoked. I wasn't even going to skate the contest because I messed up my leg. I ripped my pants, and I was all bummed. So I like backed out of the contest, and somebody like coaxed me back into it, and I went back in. I ended up winning the contest, and I was so hyped. I ended up going downtown with Harry, and we shot a bunch of photos. And this one, which I didn't even think was really anything, ended up being in Transworld, and I was so hyped.
Wow.
And yeah,
No doubt.
it was just rad. And I'm skating like a board that a company that I skated for a little while called Stink Brand, and they were out of Detroit area as well. And yeah, that was fun. Those are good days.
Nice photo. What's this?
That is Detroit as well. That's you can't see it, but it's a double set, and there's man, I can't remember in the background. There's a huge mural on the building, and it's of Barry. Is it Barry Sanders? Barry, what the hell is his name? He was a running back for Detroit Lions, but he was like the best running back for Detroit, and they had this huge wall mural of him, and I always remember that. But it was this spot that had this perfect 4x3 double set, and we used to skate it. And that day I was just trying kickflips and, you know, kickflipping, and somebody had my camera out. I think it was this guy Jay, and he shot, you know, the butt shot of the kickflip.
Yeah.
So
Evidence.
and
Yeah.
there's no film though. It sucked. We didn't have a camera at the time, so it was just
That's how it was,
going
right?
out and just going out and doing it. And yeah,
Dang. What's this one? That looks awesome.
That's the Port Moody. That's the Port Moody roof gaps at the school there. Just that was a hot spot. I remember seeing it. A bunch of guys that skated for Board Kennel, I think, used to get footage on it. there was like handrails there, the roof gaps, and some other stuff. But
What are you
yeah,
doing there,
so
Chris?
I went
Switch,
there,
switch
switch
front
front
side?
side. Yeah, I had a sequence of it, so that was the still of it that I
Damn.
liked. I kept. Yeah, Brian had a sequence of it, so I shot the switch 3-flip over it and 3-flip over it. And when I 3-flipped over it, I actually carved funny, and I ended up having to jump off the building, and that was kind of scary. But I managed to land okay. But yeah, but that was fun. That roof gap was awesome, and that was when I was a little more fearless.
No doubt, eh?
So,
Wow.
the classic crowd pleaser. That was at Squamish Park at a contest. That was like it was like a best trick on that obstacle, and I thought I was going to take it with the Benny, and then I can't remember who it was, but somebody did a kickflip. Somebody did a kickflip frontside grab over the channel, and they ended up taking the $100 for it.
They
But
beat
I
your
was hyped on
Benny.
that one. That
They
one turned
beat your.
out, yeah. The Benny, I liked how it looked. It turned out pretty cool, so it was pretty tweaked.
Damn. Yeah,
So,
that's ill, man. Oh yeah, Hastings. Here we go. Yeah, nice one.
yeah, that was like one of the later photos. One of the before I ended up moving back to Ontario. Who shot that? Oh man, who shot that? Vic. Jeez, I can't even remember. Shit, who was it? Yeah, it was a really good. It was a really fun day. I was doing a bunch of stuff on that, and it was Graham Vickers that shot that. Yeah, Graham Vickers shot that, and it's super fun. And I was I was feeling the mute grabs over that, and just blasting a few, and yeah,
You
turned out
always,
all right.
yeah, you always had a good Japan, and you always were a Hastings crusher, Chris. One of the first guys to kind of lay a big footprint on that place. Yeah. So what's this here? This is sick. This is sick.
This is in. It's not Penticton. It's Picton. Picton, Ontario. It was the first time I'd been to that bowl. The park was pretty new, and I went with some guys from Toronto. They told me about it, and we went. And this guy, Eamon, shot the photo. Eamon Varney, and he shot the boneless. And yeah, it was just rad because I just wanted to get a boneless photo because I never had any good boneless photos, and I always loved how Grant Taylor's and Peter Hewitt's looked. So I wanted to try and get a nice one, and so that was the best I could come up with. It turned out pretty cool.
That's a good one. Nice one.
So, yeah, that one was just another Hastings photo, but this one I don't even know the guy's name. He was from Australia. He just asked me if he could shoot some photos of me because I was just doing some errors, and so I shot a bunch of photos of him. I actually got one. I was airing out a little Canadian flyout over some kid, and he was just like, "Oh, thanks for letting me shoot photos of you." And then he took my name and address and all that down. And then a couple months later, I got some photos, and this was one of the ones that I'd kept. I had it blown up, and yeah, I still don't remember his name, but it was just a random thing, and he just sent it. That was when I was skating for Elenium and Globe. Yeah, good time.
Sick air, dude.
And it was just a good day. I was getting some good air that day. Yeah, this is the last day. It was the Monday before I left. I left Tuesday morning to drive out to Kelowna, and so I just wanted to skate this spot. It's at a subway stop in Toronto, and it's got some fun ledges to skate, and it was just, I don't know, wanted to do this blunt slide.
Sick, man.
That was a Go Skateboarding Day. I don't remember the year, but it was a Go Skateboarding Day, maybe like 2009, I think. It was this guy, Brett Box. We went there a couple times, but we went back on this Go Skateboarding Day, and I got this kickflip over the roof gap. It's in New Westminster, and it was way sketchier than the switch frontside flip one, because it was the roof was wavy, so you kind of push and you were kind of pushing a little wave of metal in front of you, and then it was like a full parking space distance, so it was a pretty good gap. Yeah, and but managed to get a kickflip, and that was the only one that kind of looked right. So yeah.
Chris, I think between you and me, I think we need to just take a second and acknowledge how important photographers and videographers are and have been, even in yours and I's skateboarding through the years. Like, it's amazing, right? Without these guys, where would we have been, right? So
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Brian Casey, you spent time with him.
Yeah.
He's still taking amazing photos. You know, Chris Wheeler, all the guys, right? There's so many that helped us through the years, and it's just important to acknowledge that those guys were super integral.
Yeah, Brian got me out there. Brian's the reason that I got most of the coverage that I did. It was, it was mostly Brian. He really believed in me. He met me at a skate spot one night and was just hyped on what I was doing, and then just kept bugging me to go shoot photos. And photographers, videographers, they're all so important. And those guys do a lot. They get into a lot of trouble sometimes too. So yeah, big respect for those guys. Yeah. They're just as much important in the skateboarding world, in terms of like what the skaters do. They do so much to make it like accessible for everybody to see. So it's cool. I really respect what they do.
Yeah, that's the point I was making, is that you're right. You're nailed it right there. Those guys deserve all the credit that they get, and without them, the pros wouldn't be the pros. So super sick.
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now let's talk about Relic. That was kind of your pro. You were making pretty good money. You're living in Vancouver. You're a pro with pro boards. What happened there? Like, let's talk about Relic a little bit there, Chris.
Yeah. I don't even really know exactly how it started. It was Craig Williams was the hookup for that. He was the one who was the middleman to set it up, and he just, I don't know what it was exactly, but he had passed on some info to Robert. You remember, the owner, and Robert contacted me and said, "You want to try out a few boards? Pick out a shape that you like, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Sure. Okay." So I tried out a few boards, and skating at Hastings, trying out some shapes, and finally settled on something I liked. And we talked about the brand and, what we were going to do, and it sounded cool. So I went with it. And then, slowly everybody else got, on board, like yourself and Alex Rothbauer and, Craig. Craig left Natural Concepts and skated Relic, which was really cool. And yeah, we ended up having Adam McNatt on, and Bazooka Ben from Montreal, and little Devin Wilson. We had a good team. Derek Longo, Dwight Pinot. We had a good team. It was fun.
We made a video.
Yeah, we made a video. Yeah.
We made a video. That's
Dylan
rad.
Costello. Yeah, we made a video. It was rad. It was fun.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Still watch it. It's great.
It was cool. We were getting paid. That was really cool. That was blowing me away. We were getting paid to skate. That was new.
Getting paid to skate, to travel, and
we got to do some contests. Now, Chris, did you feel comfortable doing pro contests? Did you get nervous? Did you feel like this is where you're supposed to be? Talk about that a little bit to the guys that are, the kids that are coming up and stuff. What's it like to do a pro contest? Do you get nervous being in the same heat as guys like Mike Vallely and the big names that you've grown up watching?
Not really, actually. I used to get, I used to fan out on pros and stuff, but I kind of just, after meeting a bunch and skating with them and stuff, I realized that they're just the same. They're no different than you and me. So they're just as goofy and like stoked on skating as we are. So just they're just really rad. But I didn't really get too stressed about skating with all those guys. I was just more nervous about just contests in general. They just make me nervous. But I don't know. I remember I was skating at Tampa one time, and I was getting super hyped and charging as hard as I could. And I remember Ryan Clements on the mic just saying, "Settle down, Foley, settle down." And I thought that was hilarious because I was just trying to push it as hard as I could, and he was just like kind of like, "Chill, man." But no, I don't know. Contests, I used to love them, and then I started to get kind of tired of them. They were just, it was stressful, but not for who I was skating with. Just the skating in a contest just got stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be a little weird, putting your best 45 seconds together at 10 in the morning in heat number one, and
Yeah.
it's a tough thing to judge, obviously, too.
Yeah.
It's pretty abstract, and I mean, you were always a demo crusher to me too. I thought we traveled across the country from Chicoutimi to Victoria together, and we'd go.
Yeah.
You would destroy demos, man. You'd be ripping the bowl, you'd be ripping the street, and I was just always impressed by your professionalism. You always left the kids kind of like, holy crap, man, that Chris Foley guy laid a waste to our park here. So, you know what I mean?
Thanks,
I
man.
don't know. Yeah, you seem to know kind of a little bit more about the pro side of things before I came around there and got to join the fun kind of thing. So, where are things now, Chris? You're still skating? Like, what keeps you skating at this age? And any secrets for the older guys that are like, I mean, you're still killing it. Like, what's going on, dude?
Thanks. I'm just
For reals.
well, when I first, I mean, I went into a weird like slump for a bit where after I got dropped by a few sponsors, I was kind of like, like F this, and this sucks, and I kind of got down on it, and then I just kind of thought, well, this is stupid. Like, I started skating just because it was so fun, and skateboarding, like pushing to learn new tricks and just out there rolling. It feels great. So I reset my brain and got back to just why I was doing it in the first place. And it was for fun. And then it was just like, I want to skate all the time as much as I can, but I can't. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just love skating. So I want to keep skating as much as I can when I can. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but just don't stop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a friend of mine from back in the day messaged me today and said, "Do you skate every day?" And I said, "Well, I skate as much as I can, sometimes as little as once a month. But, if I can skate every day, I will skate every day." So
Amazing. Yeah. You're still inspiring, Chris. That's really cool. Number one, I'm glad that you agreed to come on and talk with us about, being a pro and now being in what you call dad life. You made a really great transition. A lot of guys don't do it as well, right? So you did a great job with that, Chris. And again, you look like you got a smile on your face, and you got a happy family that you're looking after, and still skateboarding, which is what we're here talking about today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just glad that I can keep doing it. And yeah, if I can keep inspiring other people to keep skating, then great. Because that's kind of what I'm doing now. If I go to a skate park and I'm skating, like I showed up at Bentley a couple days ago, and I was skating around, and then when I took my hat off, this older guy that saw me realized, oh, he's an older guy, and he was just like, "Hey, what's up?" So then we were just chatting for a minute. It was like, yeah, and then some of the younger kids are like kind of looking at me like, "Oh, he's an old guy. Wow." And maybe they're thinking, yeah, I could keep doing it even if I am, my dad's age kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's all. I guess that's kind of what I do now is like, I want to keep skating because, yeah, I want to show that kind of like the guys like Caballero and Mountain and Tony Hawk and, all those guys that are, up there now, like, they've been doing it forever and they're still doing it, like Jeff Grosso, rest in peace. And Hosoi still doing it. Like, it's inspiring. Guys, like, they're still going and still killing it. So I guess that's also my motivation. I just want to keep showing people that you don't have to stop doing it when you're, in your 20s or your 30s. You can keep doing it. So.
And keep doing it well. Yeah, it's awesome. It's something to maintain wellness, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to work a little harder to stay fit, but skateboarding is a part of it. So.
Yeah. There's no reason to get out of it, Chris. I mean, you're doing a great job. It's awesome. And I always love seeing your clips when you put them on the gram. And you just put a little video part even. Like, give me a break. That's who's doing this at your age? You're in a category kind of all your own there. So keep up the great work. Chris, thanks again for coming on. I think it's time we say over and out. And I can't wait to meet you in person again. It's been a little while, too many years. I can't wait to skate with you again, Chris. Long. And all the best to you,
maybe
to
this summer,
your family
Raj.
and yours. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Like, we'll high five somewhere. We're not too far from each other.
We're real close now.
All the best to yours and you, Chris. And thanks again taking the time for talking to us. I appreciate it very much.
My pleasure, Roger. It's great to see you again.
Take care, Chris.
It's been way too long. Yeah, you too, bud.
Very cool. Very cool. I have a difficult job here. I get to talk to some of the best skateboarders in the world. Thanks for tuning in, folks. It's Roger from Skateboard Canada. Once again, coming through with more crazy content for you, the skateboarders of tomorrow.
T-shirts, truckers t-shirts, come on down and we'll print them right up. T-shirts, truckers t-shirts, 218 FUB sound.
Come on down to Tucker's T-shirts. We have new designs, new fabrics, huge selection of T-shirts, and the best prints around.
T-shirts, truckers t-shirts. Totally rad skateboards, they are totally rad. And if you don't run rad, then you're really sad. Totally rad skateboards, on the middle of all my shops. If you don't like rad, then you're really sad.
Tucker's T-shirts, totally rad. 218 Avenue B South.